أهلا بكم مشاهدينا، أرحب بكم وبضيفنا السفير البريطاني في الإمارات السيد دومينيك جيرمي. You're most welcome, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you for accepting this interview into the Arab Street program.
A pleasure. Good to be here.
Good. Of course, we're talking now about the ties between UK and UAE, especially after the visit of Sheikh Khalifa. Of course, the bilateral relations are very strong. They're diverse on many aspects. What do they mean for UK?
Well, the relationship between the UK and the UAE is special at many levels. At a people-to-people level, because so many Emiratis travel and live in the UK, and we have over 100,000 British people who avail themselves of the hospitality of the UAE living and working here. But it's also at a business-to-business level, at a defence level, so our forces are serving alongside each other in Afghanistan. And last week, when His Highness the President was in London, one of the most poignant things that he did was to lay a wreath with two Emirati servicemen who had worked alongside us in Afghanistan in Westminster Abbey at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And the relationship is very close at a royal level too. Her Majesty the Queen, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa, you could see how much they enjoyed each other's company last week. Of course, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid is frequently in London and the UK for many, many reasons. These relationships run deep and they are vitally important to us.
Right. Now, let's take it aspect by aspect. Like, let's talk first about trade. Like, there were many saying like it's a mutual interest. Like, UK having now a financial crisis, the Gulf is in need for or is looking for expanding worldwide investments. Who needs more? Who needs the other more?
I think it's a partnership. I don't think it's about one side needing the other more. The United Kingdom has a very long tradition in this country. Over 5,000 British companies operate here. And the UAE is building its position in the UK economy. So last week we celebrated the investment by Mazda into the London Array, which is the largest offshore wind electricity generation project in the whole of Northern Europe. And also the London Gateway, which Dubai Ports World is developing. It'll be one of the largest ports and logistics parks in the world, and that will be just off the coast in London. And so we see
Manchester City and
Manchester City.
Sports.
Absolutely. I don't know if Manchester City is culture or business, but whatever it is, it's an example of those cross investments. And we see Shell and BP having worked in the UAE for 70, 80 years. And so there is a long tradition there. And what we're seeing now is a next generation of businessmen and women from both countries doing innovative entrepreneurial activity in the other country. And that, I think, is going to be the way of the future. Not just hydrocarbons, not just renewables or financial services, but innovative young men and women who've perhaps studied in Britain or who've done some business partnerships in the UAE who will lead us to the future when we're going to shift our trade balance from 10 billion pounds sterling, where it is at the moment, to 12 billion in the next couple of years, and I'm certain it will go on much further from there.
There was a talk about like dialogue of values. I didn't quite understand what's that like between UK and UAE.
This is about having a forum in which the UK and the UAE can touch on some of the really important cultural, moral, political issues that are important between two countries. So, for example, what role religion should have in society and how we both react to religion. In the UK, it's quite a multicultural society and we have a very large Muslim community in the UK. In the UAE, we see, I think it's 36 Christian churches in this country. And so there's a great deal of intercultural exchange that we'd like to foster and grow.
Right. There's also always the tricky issue of human rights. Where is it now? How is it being dealt with?
Well, there is a really important dialogue going on at government-to-government level, and there nothing is off limits. And I think it was very striking when the Prime Minister David Cameron was here in November last year, and he was asked what he saw in terms of the future dialogue about human rights. He said that the fundamentals that he looks for in a relationship with a country is that people should have a voice and people should have a job to secure their future, and that he very much sees that here in the UAE, with easy access to the rulers through the Majlis system and other traditional ways of approaching the leadership. So I don't see human rights as an issue between our countries. I see it very much as one of the many subjects that it's important for us to understand each other's perspectives on.
Mr. Ambassador, you live here in UAE with your family, right?
Yes, I do.
How do you enjoy UAE?
Gosh, well, it's one of the most popular places for British people to live and to visit. Over 1 million British tourists every year. What do I enjoy most? It's the unexpected. Being able to learn how to ski during the summer here
Right.
in the UAE. Going into the desert.
A continuous
and camping.
surprise, right?
Continuous surprise. I've learned to dive in this country. I've even skydived in this country, which terrified me, but it was great fun.
Right.
And so there are enormous opportunities out there if you choose to go for them. I'm teaching my children how to ski in Dubai, and here in Abu Dhabi we are jet skiing, and I'm determined to get my entire family on a camel at some point in the near future.
Enjoy it then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.